Carlee Russell is missing. My sister was traveling on I-459 after leaving work here in Hoover, Alabama. She spotted a toddler and she stopped to render aid as any decent human being with a heart would do. She contacted 911 as she's been...
Okay, I know many people have heard, seen this video, the story. This is his sister. Thankfully, I just found out she had been found. I'm trying to find out if... My first thought was, did they use this toddler to lure her into sex trafficking? I don't know what your freaking words I can use on YouTube. I'm very weary with the things that I talk about on YouTube, but the only reason why I want to talk about this one, and I'm probably only going to do this one video if I can help it, is because not everybody understands and not everybody knows the lengths people will go to, and so many different ways. Not only gangs, but human trafficking, what they have things set up. And what this immediately made me think of is the car.
She stopped to render aid as any decent human being with a heart would do. She contacted 911 as she's been taught, and then she spoke with another one of our family members. My family member hears a scream, and then my sister vanishes along with that toddler. Her car and belongings were all left at the scene. We have no idea where she is. This story is not getting the national coverage that it should, and we all know why. But you can help. Like, share, comment.
Okay, so whenever I hear, first of all, thank God she was able to not only call the police, no offense, but most importantly, call a family member. Sorry, the number's up. Thank God she was able to call a family member, and the family member was able to hear her. Okay, so as soon as I hear that the toddler and her vanish, my immediate reaction is she was lured by that child. Obviously not the first. I just know I just really wanted to do at least one of these videos because this isn't new. This reminded me back whenever the car seat days. Back then, they would put a car seat on the side of the road to make people think that there was a baby in the car seat. And as soon as, usually us women, hell yeah, we're going to try to help grab a baby or a kid. So as soon as you go out and grab the baby, they're going to grab you. And most of the time, there's not even a baby in there. So I'm going to try to see what else we can get on the details, because thank God she was found safe. So I'm curious to see if there's any more news, if they gave any other details. Because honestly, it would not surprise me if everything's all hush-hush. That's also something I want to say. Has anyone heard about a missing girl that they found in the freaking Marine, at the Marine camps? Yeah, that's maybe another freaking story.
The family of Carlee Russell confirmed that she was kidnapped and fought for her life. Carlee was found alive on Saturday night after showing up on foot to her parents' home after a frantic 2-day multi-state search. Russell is not currently physically or mentally stable enough to speak about the whereabouts of her alleged kidnapper, her boyfriend said in an update on Sunday. I have been going non-stop since I received the call that she was missing on Thursday night. I know she would have done the same for me, so I wasn't going to give up until I saw her face again. I was straight tunnel vision. Even when I would get on social media on my downtime and see some of the false allegations and assumptions about me having something to do with her abduction would have me discouraged at times. But I didn't give up and kept my faith. All I asked from everyone right now is to be respectful of Carlee's situation. She was literally fighting for her life for 48 hours, so until she's physically and mentally stable again, she is not able to give any updates or whereabouts on her kidnapper at this very moment. I also want to thank the people on social media who has been understanding and respectful about what she's been through in these past few days. The family of Carlee Russell
Whoa, dang. Look how pretty she is. Well, I feel like that's it. I mean, unless I find any other videos where anyone else says anything, I can't imagine walking on foot to your parents' house. Do you know, like, how lucky and how blessed she is to be alive? Literally, like, by the grace of God, like, she has a story to tell. I just hope whenever she does feel comfortable and strong enough to talk about it, I really hope and pray that they find those MFers and get them in prison and do not let them ever come out. It is really, like, it is so sick, and I hope they uncover so much and save so many kids' lives and anybody else that is under there. Like, I get so aggravated. These are so hard for me to talk about. It's sex trafficking, abuse, molestation, like all of that stuff everything that I just said, I'm probably going to get slapped on YouTube, but any of that stuff, it is very triggering, and it is very hard to talk about, and it makes me so angry because it just pisses me off, because I know not enough attention gets shown. And people can call me crazy all the hell they want. I really don't give a damn. But I'm not stupid. Like, I know that there's some high ass people who are into that nasty ass shit. I mean, just like fucking nasty ass Epstein. Like, how do you think these people get away with doing this to these kids? Because they have the money. They have money, they have power, and you're not going to say nothing. You're going to be quiet, or something's going to happen to you. Like, what do you, I mean, I'm sorry, this, like, goes down, like, to a big-ass rabbit hole, because now I'm, like, thinking about all these Disney stars, like, and then it just reminds me of, like, the Island Boys. Like, they were on Epstein's Island, and they're supposedly fucking brothers, and they were just making out. Like, it's disgusting. Like, it all goes around, and it makes me so mad. Like, I guess it makes me so mad because I know it's never going to stop, because the people who are supposedly in charge, they're the ones doing it. You know what I'm saying? Like, everything that's wrong in the world, it starts at the top. And if you're not right with God, and you're not surrounding yourself, and if you're not careful, you're gonna get caught up, and you're gonna be around the wrong type of people. Like, the same way with drugs. Drugs will always forever be a problem, because do you think it comes from the street? No, like, it just aggravates me so much. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry for my rant, especially because this was Carlee's video. But I think I think this needs to open people's eyes. Carlee, thank God Carlee survived. Most people would not survive, or they would be locked up right now being a sex slave. Like, God knows what they would be going through right now. So I can't even imagine what she's going through. I just hope and pray. Like, I'm definitely praying for her, because that, I just hope and pray she does not have PTSD and anxiety and nightmares. And I hope she will get through it. She will get through it. She got home. She will get through it. I'm gonna see if there's any other videos that have any other information. If not, then I'll leave it at this. I'm so glad she was found alive. I'm just really curious who this kid is. Like, y'all let me know y'all's theory, y'all's opinions, y'all's I don't know what just happened. But, like, for a while now, the girls, like, they'll go up to the house and they'll scout the house, and then they'll go back and tell the guys, you know, what's in the house or who's in the house, you know, type of shit like that. So I wonder if, you know, if it could be a girl who's with this gang and she just happens to have a kid, and like, yeah, you can use my kid to lure her in, whatever, just because she's a baser ass piece of shit fucking bitch. You know what I'm saying? You never know, because there are some piece of shits like that. I want to know who this kid is, and I want to know if they found the kid and saved the kid. Thank God Carlee was found, but I want to know about this kid. I want to make sure that this kid's okay. And God, I don't even want to imagine.
Walking alone on the side of an interstate. This woman disappeared minutes after calling 911 to report a toddler.
Okay, so the video that we just did, that is pretty much the last video from, who is this, Daily Edition. That was the 7th clip. So just to kind of catch everyone up with the details, I'm going to go ahead and do the first 6 clips, and then I'll leave it at that unless there's any new details that he did not cover.
After calling 911 to report a toddler walking alone on the side of an interstate. Hoover police say around 9:30 p.m., the Hoover 911 center received a call from a 25-year-old woman on I-459 South near mile marker 11. She reported she saw a toddler walking on the side of the interstate. After calling 911, Carlee Russell apparently stopped to check on the child and called her sister-in-law around 9:36 p.m. to report the same details.
See, I wonder if she was like sitting on the side of the road waiting for the cops. Because I probably would have snatched the child and just hauled ass. And then been on the phone. If you want your kid, you better meet me somewhere. Or like, I'll meet you at a police station. And you got time to sit around. Because not everybody knows about setups like that. Like, whenever, like, not everybody needs to know where I live now. But I don't know if it was here or if it was Tampa. But it was, or it might have been both. But there was always stupid shit going on. You know what I'm saying? I just feel like there's just usually something like you have to watch out for. You know what I'm saying? Like, I was just talking about this before. It seems like back in the day, you kind of had to, like, make sure nobody was around, you know, make sure, you know, the kid couldn't scream, and you had to be very careful whenever you took somebody. Or you had to do it very gradually, like have the person or the kid trust you, and then eventually, after weeks or months, you know, then you take it, you know, you try to take your shot. Nowadays, you can be in the store or in a McDonald's, and the mama can turn their head, and someone will grab the child and walk out that store, and it doesn't matter if the child's screaming. The dude will jump in his truck and he's gone, and you may or may not see that child again. People these days, they are reckless. They don't give a shit. So, but I remember, like, back in the day, like I said before, it was the whole car seat thing, because they know what they want is women. They don't have any use for freaking men. I'm sorry, but the truth is, unless you're a little boy, they don't care about guys or men. So if you're a woman, what are you gonna have? Yes, you're gonna stop if you see a baby or a little kid on the side of the road. So not everybody knows that, though. So that's one of the main reasons why I made this video, was because I just need everyone to be very cautious of what you're doing, because it is so scary. And I'm not saying, like, if you see a baby or a kid on the side of the road, don't stop, just keep on going. Like, I don't even know. Maybe, I don't know. I don't know what to do. Maybe call the cops and drive slowly around or something. I don't know, because I don't know what I would do. Honestly, if I saw a kid, I would look at my surroundings, and if I had enough time to pull over and grab the kid, my dumb ass, I don't know if that's dumb or not, but I probably would snatch the kid up, not even worry about putting in the seatbelt, and then drive off. But I also have to remember there could be somebody watching and following me. So it's like, you don't know what to do, because you don't know if it's real. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I have kids myself. So what if I did that and I had kids with me? What I have my kids with me, and I got a kid who I thought needed my help, who probably really does need my help, but in reality is about to get me in trouble. You know, like, it just, it really sucks. So it's so hard. Like, I will literally sit here and talk in circles, because I will try to find any way to, like, find, like, what is the right answer? Like, what do you do? What are you supposed to do in that circumstance? It almost reminds me of whenever you're fighting for your country, and you're fighting in a different country, and you're in front of a kid who has a gun, and it's you or the kid. You know what I'm saying? Like, yes, I know, I understand it's different, but that kid could blow you and the whole troops up. But could you imagine killing a kid? Like, oh my gosh. Okay, I need to be quiet. I'm just kidding. I can't be quiet. I have to commentate. Sorry.
Same details. The family member lost contact with her, but the line remained open. Awesome. In the process, at some point, she got out of the car, and my daughter-in-law could hear her asking the child if they were okay, her mother said. The child did not respond, or at least she did not hear her respond. He or she respond. And then she heard our daughter Carlee scream, and from there on, all we could hear was noise, background noise in her phone, which we later found out was noise from the interstate. Authorities said they found Carlee Russell's wig, hat, and cell phone close to her car. Talitha Russell said since her wig came off, her daughter's hair will be braided down to her scalp. Authorities were unable to find her or a child.
Okay, so maybe that's not the best idea, because now that I'm thinking about it, if you're on an interstate, most of the time they have like those guardrails, and it usually is like there's like a hill. So that would be a pretty perfect spot for a guy to just lay down and hide. So even if you pull over and you don't think you see anybody, you get out the car to go check on the child, and someone comes and attacks you. So I wonder if that's what happened. I wonder if somebody was hiding and she I would be like, I would stay in my car. I would roll my window down. Hey, psst, you good? You good? I know you're on the side of the fucking interstate. Golly. So I wonder if she just pulled over and she actually got out of the vehicle, asked the child if he or she was okay, and then I wonder if she got attacked that way. And then I don't know if they took her from foot or if a fucking van pulled up. Let's see what it says.
Child in the area. Police said they have not received any other calls of someone missing a small child. Her mom said they do have some.
See, man, what the fuck, dude? Ugh, this is so sickening. I hate this world.
Some indication there may have been a gray vehicle that a trucker saw that pulled in front of Carlee Russell's car at some point. As they were passing along the interstate, Russell is 5 feet 4 inches tall and was last seen wearing a black t-shirt, black pants, and white Nike shoes, according to the Hoover Police Facebook post. Police urged anyone who may have seen Russell, or who has...
Okay, so has anyone seen this car? Can someone find this car so they can find the kid too, please?
Any information about the case to contact the department.
So that's Carlee's car right there. It took officers 5 minutes to get there, but she was gone.
Were they able to grab Carlee and also take the child with them? And we don't see that kind of movement on the camera. If you look closely, you can see Carlee go around her car, and apparently she is talking to a child. Isn't it kind of strange that there is so many passing cars, yet no one else reported the child alone on the interstate? Also, according to a family member...
Dude, that's creepy as fuck. You can see her standing there. So do you think someone's in the bushes? Or do you think the gray car that supposedly may have pulled up in front of her car? Or was a kid from the bushes? This shit's weird as hell. I hate this world, man. It's sick.
Who was on the phone with Carlee heard her scream. In the blurry security footage, there doesn't seem to be that much movement. It kind of seems like she vanished out of thin air. We should be able to see movement from at least 3 people. If they used a toddler, do you think the toddler would be able to flee the scene by themselves and without being detected on the camera? An adult would need to call the child to follow. How are they able to focus on the child and also dragging away a woman? This story just doesn't add up.
Unless the child knows what to do.
Feel free to leave your conspiracies in the states in the Carlee Russell case. Carlee's mom said a tip was called in from a trucker. He saw a gray car with a tall, brown-skinned man with khaki shorts on leaning over in the car. In the video, it does look like someone leaning over in the car, though no gray car can be seen. The police found some tire tracks in the grass. They said because it was not a muddy area, they were not able to determine what type of vehicle it could have been. Authorities are not committing to any one theory in Russell's disappearance, police said at a Friday afternoon press conference. We currently are investigating every possibility. We're certainly leaving nothing off the table. At 9:36 p.m., her mother, Talitha Russell, said her daughter...
I wonder if they knew exactly where her car was parked, so I wonder if they searched the woods in that area. and brought like in the canines to see if anybody else is in those woods or have been in those woods around that time.
Was on the phone with her brother's girlfriend. Carlee pulled over after saying she saw a child that appeared to be 3 or 4 years old. My son's girlfriend heard her asking the child, "Are you okay?" She never heard the child say anything, but then she heard our daughter scream, Talitha Russell said. All you hear on her phone is background noise from the interstate, Talitha said. They found her phone on the ground along with her wig and her hat. Her purse was still in the car. Her Apple Watch was in her purse and her AirPods as well.
See, that's what I'm saying, man. Like, that's exactly how, I mean, you know what it is. You know what, ugh. Enhanced video of Carlee's car pulling over. Fuck everybody else for not fucking helping and stopping too. That don't make no gosh damn sense. That's what I'm talking about too. I'm so freaking tired of everybody else. How do y'all not see no kid either? And then you see, even if you see someone else, you can't stop and help and make sure the kid's alright. Do you need help? Is this your kid? People really suck these days. This is why I hate watching the news. And unfortunately, it's everywhere. This doesn't help me.
Breaking news. Carlee Russell has been found alive and taken to UAB hospital. The search for Carlethia Nicole Carlee Russell ended late Saturday night. Russell returned to her Hoover home alone shortly before 11 p.m. Saturday. She was taken to a hospital to be evaluated. Paramedics and police were called after she reportedly showed up at the house she shares with her parents, where Russell has been for the last 2 days.
You know what? All I'm saying is I know she went through a lot, but they better have done every fucking test that they can possibly do so they can incriminate and get every MFer that was involved, and that was involved in many others with this child and with her.
Days was not immediately clear. Earlier this week, Carlee called police to report a child walking alone on the side of the interstate. When police arrived on scene, Carlee was not there, but her car and other belongings were. Family and friends held a vigil Friday afternoon. Community's thoughts. The vigil was open to the public. This is still a developing story. We will keep you updated. Make sure to follow us for more. Russell has been for the last 2 days with Carlee Russell.
I'm gonna leave it at that. Golly, I don't even know if I want to post this video. I may do an update. I may not. I may just try to see if we can touch base and talk about it in the comments of the video and go from there. I have a feeling we're not going to hear much more about the story, unfortunately. The sick world we live in. Just everybody, please be careful, including myself. I need to I have to remember, I'm careful with my surroundings, but I'm not going to lie. If you see a baby or a child, I'm sorry, it's hard for any woman, especially a mother, to not kind of be stupid for a second and not really use your common sense and just go for the baby, just go for the child. So unfortunately, we have to be smarter than ever and have to be very careful how we park. Literally, it's ridiculous. Even whenever we're driving, we need to make sure we're not so close to the vehicle next to us. We need to make sure we have room to skirt to the left or to the right if something happens. I know it sounds crazy, but shit happens. If you know what I'm saying? You always have to make sure you have room you have a way to escape. And God forbid, I hope none of us ever have to go through anything like that. I hope we never think we see a car seat or a baby or a child in the middle of the road. And if we do, let's pray to God that we do the right thing without being harmed, because that's hard. I mean, how could you pass a child? You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I would probably roll my window down, but you still can't trust that. What if they, try to follow you, or you open up your door and you got your kids with you, and then you put you and your kids' self in harm's way because you're trying to help a kid who still actually needs help. Ugh. I'm not going to get started. See, this is why I end up sticking to bullshit, non-irrelevant, like just crappy Heather shit, because it doesn't get me as heated, because the real shit, the raw shit, it really gets me heated. Y'all will see another side of me that you would not think is the same mama bear. So everyone, please be careful. Keep this story in mind. Tell your friends, your kids. Even if you have a teenager, it's sick. I don't want to say it, but I have to be real in this video. Even if you have a son, a teenager, tell them they are young enough to be taken. I'm sorry to say it. It sucks to say it. It's disgusting. I wish God would swipe all of them off of the earth right now. But those are going to be the people who are here during the rapture. Unfortunately, we still have a lot of time with them. I hope karma comes real quick, and I hope she's a fucking big bitch to all of them. So just everybody be careful. Tell your friends, your family, your kids, your cousins, your nephews, your nieces. Just, it's a sucky thing to remind people, but it's something very important, and that would literally save lives, and it's worth bringing out the awkwardness. I hope everyone has a good night. I'm going to try to put this up tonight. So I hope everyone has a great week too.